In lane 2 is Great Britain. Lane 3 is Ukraine Premier Women. Lane 4 is Hungary Premier Women. Lane 5, Ukraine Senior A Women. And Czech Republic Senior A Women. So GB in lane 2. Ukraine Premier Women lane 3. Hungary Premier Women in 4. Ukraine Senior A Women in 5. And Czech Republic Senior A Women in lane 6. Sorry, yes, Murray, we were saying any impressions of water conditions, competitors and their performances so far? Anything you've observed?
Well, the timings are not getting near to the Philippines managed 5 years ago.
Could you remind us what that was?
40.04. I think 43 is about the fastest so far today. A lot of 47s and 50s. So the conditions, they could hardly be better. It's just a little bit of side wind, just very slight headwind for them at the moment. But that shouldn't affect them on a 200 meters. And they are now drifting into the starting blocks. And
but
as this is a national water sports centre, we've seen plenty of canoeists and O1s and other boating going on. And they go out beyond where we're using the lake. It's a standard 2,000 metre rowing lake here. And there's a pretty good grandstand waiting to fill up with people. But of course it's only the people who got up early this morning that are in there at the moment. They've got their own relatives and friends racing, so they've come to cheer them on.
So there we saw Great Britain coming into view in lane 2.
I see two wheelchairs on the pontoon where the canoeists have been getting in.
Ukraine in lane 3, Premier Women. And he's vanished. In lane 4 we have Hungary Premier Women. Lane 5, Ukraine Senior A Women. And in lane 6, Czech Senior A Women. There's the Great Britain ladies again.
And they're off. Here goes race number 17. Nearest to us will be Great Britain. And then Ukraine, Hungary, Ukraine and Czech Republic. Here they come now. You can see that there's a difference in strike rate there. The Ukrainians in lane 3, very short, sharp burst. And beyond them, the Czechs have got a longish stroke. The Great Britain in front of us have got a long stroke. But that's going to be a blanket finish, isn't it? Here we go. Who's going to be the first one in our sights? Oh, I think 3, 4 and 5. Just a dragon's nose between them.
I think Ukraine got it though, didn't they?
I think Ukraine got it, but just wait to see what magic the photo finish comes up with. That was a really good race. Well, it's handy actually sitting here. It's not air conditioned, but sitting here with a nice little breeze coming through, watching other people slave away, and we're saying jolly good racing. I think they, whilst they're actually doing the racing, they're probably not thinking things like that. But afterwards, the winners will say that was marvellous, and everybody else will say, well, just one little fraction of a bit more effort, they would have got themselves another place. That's how it has to be.
Well, we've got natural air conditioning up here, haven't we? And of course, we don't need hair conditioning anymore because we like to keep our hair short. But fantastic first semi-final, very close race as you'd expect at this level, and we'll have confirmation of who goes forward for the grand final and who misses out. But well done to all the teams just to get into this semi-final. It's a great achievement. And welcome if you're just joining us. This is the 11th EDBF European Nations Championships live in Recife, broadcasting all over the world to bring you dragon boating of its very highest order. Not a clear winner from that race.
But the first 4 go to the grand final, so apart from a little bit of kudos and the position in the lane that they get for the final will depend on their position. So sometimes it's an advantage and sometimes not.
So how many will be in the final then, Murray? 8?
No, six lanes. Yeah.
So there's the boat unloading area where the teams are both loading onto the boats to go up to the start and getting off the boats to go and refresh themselves for the next round.
The driver of the safety boat, just about look at the wash going on this first boat. There they go. Look.
This.
You can't see that at all. It's supposed to be a safety boat.
And we've got some results in. Ukraine took that to Ukraine Premier Women 53.6. Hungary in second place, Premier Women 53.7. Ukraine Senior A Women in third, 54 dead, and Great Britain fourth in 54.4, with the Czech Republic Senior A Women 54.9. So all the first 4 teams have qualified. Hard luck, Czech Republic Senior A, but first 4 go through. We're going for the second semi-final of the morning. Scheduled for 10:20. We are running a little bit behind schedule, but not much. I'm sure we'll probably pick that up as the day goes by. But don't go away. Stay tuned to those screens. We've got lots more racing to come. We will be going into small boat races after the standard boat grand finals, which take place at 11:20, the last one for the men, and 11:10 for the women, the grand finals. And then small boat races starts at 11:30. So, next semi-final is the standard boat open 200 meters for the men. There's the results again from that last race. Race 17 on the schedule. Remember, you can see all these results and from yesterday and today on the idbf.org website. The television broadcast is going out on idbfdragonboat.tv and also on our beliefsport.tv website. There's a great view of a team going through their paces, getting the boat up to speed. I think that could be the GB team. Wishful thinking maybe, or not. We'll just have to wait and see. GB won some medals yesterday. So congratulations to all the teams that proudly wore the medals. I saw one of my colleagues at the Thames Dragon Boat Club, Stuart Cole, who was so proud to have received his first medal ever after only taking up the sport recently, only starting in a GB boat last year, and was encouraged to do so and have a go. And he was certainly another good example of you know, if you're committed and determined and willing to put in the training, then you can get to a reasonably high standard reasonably quickly, because practice makes perfect. And it's true in any sport, it's true in any discipline in life. And that's why dragon boating can echo into all parts of your life. It's very good for really being successful in anything you do in life. But there are the GB That's the GB crew coming into view in front of them. I think that's the Germans. But welcome everybody to the 11th EDBF European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. I'm Rich Smith. I've got Murray Jones up in the tower in the commentary area, primed and raring to go for this next semi-final. Keep the chat room active today. Guys, it's nice to hear from you. Share your news. If you want to pass messages on to your friends, family, colleagues who may be competing in these events, then please just have a word with us and we'll try and relay them. We have a start list. So, in lane 1, Czech Republic Senior Open, Senior B Open, Great Britain in lane 2, Senior B Open. In lane 3, Germany Premier Open. Lane 4, Ukraine Senior B Open. Lane 5, Ukraine Premier Open. And in lane 6, Poland Senior A Open. So 2 Ukrainian teams here. They'll be having a local derby between themselves. You've got the Germans and the Great Britain team next to each other. That's always going to be a needle match. And then on the outer lanes, the Czechs and the Poles, as far apart as you could get in a race. But everybody will be going for those top spots to go through to the grand final. How many, Murray, will go through from this race? How many will qualify for the grand final?
One to 3 for the grand final. The 2 semi-finals, the first 3 in each will go forward for a 6-boat final, and the remainder go into the minor final.
And we've got minor final racing coming up shortly. Actually, we'll have a tail race at which is race 20 at 10:40 to decide sort of the lesser placings. Then at 10:50 we have the minor final for the women, race 21 on the schedule. And then we have another minor final for the men, the Standard Boat Open minor final at 11 o'clock, which brings us to what we've all been really waiting for, is the grand final for the women, 200 metres at 11:10, race 23 on the schedule. And then at 11:20 it will be the open 200 metres final, the grand final for the men. You can hear you two singing Sunday Bloody Sunday, but it's not Sunday, it is Saturday. And it is the 11th EDBF European Nations Dragon Boat Championships here in Rasici in the Czech Republic on what is a magnificent course. We have a great vantage point from our studio. We can see the stadium, the competitors' areas, the boat loading and unloading areas, and of course we can see what you're seeing right now, the view of the start for the 200 metres semi-final, second semi-final for the men, the first one for the men, second of the morning, race 18. There's Ukraine in lane 4, Senior B Open. The over 50s crew. Here's the Premier Open German team. So that's the over 25s. Great Britain in lane 2, Senior B, that's the over 50s crew. And here's Czech Republic Senior B Open crew in lane 1. GB team getting into line. So Maury, when they're in that start line, are they holding a rope on the side of the pen to keep the boat in place?
Toggle on a rope which they all hold and then let go on the gun.
Yep.
I remember seeing in Singapore once.
They're in attention position.
Attention. There we go. They're off. Oh, there's a lot of stirring up there by the Ukrainian people. The first 2 or 3 strokes. Who's looking good now? The Germans are, certainly. Yes, Germans get away. Czech Republic on the near side, giving GB a bit of a hard time. GB not doing too much in this race. No, certainly Germany, and then lane 5, the Ukrainian crew. Lane 6, Czech Republic, Polish crew rather. Being so excited. Yeah, Germany, Ukraine, GB, Poland. That order. So GB will be in the minor final, and the first 4 there will be in the first 3 rather will be in the major final. The final. We have this system of repêchages, tail races, and major and minor finals, mainly to give everybody a chance of having 3 races. If they fluff their lines on one race, they had to have a chance to do better the next time round. And then, oh gosh, that's an enormous wash that all those boats have caused. It also gives us the total order from 1 to 16, or however it might be, of the boats in that event. I say the boats there, the 6 boats coming down, created quite a swell. And I seem to remember when we were here 5 years ago, there was one occasion when the water went right up onto the loading pontoons. And Ukrainians not getting out in any particular order. Usually we say that getting out in pairs from the front end of the boat, otherwise everybody getting out at once, something might tip over.
Okay, thanks, Maury. We'll give you the confirmation of that race in a moment, but it certainly looked like the strong Germans powered through to get into the final, which they'll be delighted with. In the chat room, we had a message. My husband, Brad Collins, and his brother, Vaughan, are both racing today for Team GB, Senior A and Senior B. So, well done, Brad and Vaughan. From Kate, thank you for tuning into the chat room. Go boys, she says. I'm sure they will do their best. Nice to have a family, both, 2 brothers, both competing in different categories, but both from the same country, Team GB. So well done, guys. Keep them coming in from the chat room. We love to hear from you, and it's nice to connect with everybody around the world. So no matter where you are in the world, please tune into the chat room and let us know your views and thoughts and feelings. I hope you're really enjoying the coverage as much as we are of telling you the story of Recife and the 11th European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. Here are the results, and Germany took that in a time of 46.2 seconds, so still away off the Philippines from years ago at the Worlds. Second was Ukraine Premier Open, 46.9. Third, Ukraine Senior B Open, 47.4. Great Britain took the 4th spot in 48.1. Poland Senior A, 48.5 in 5th. And Czech Republic Senior B Open, 49.1 in 6th place. So the first 3 qualify for the grand final. Great Britain will be going into the minor final. They might be a little bit disappointed they didn't quite make it to the final, but It's still an achievement, guys. You are some of the top paddlers in the world, certainly in Europe, and you are doing your country proud and yourself. So just go for it. Everybody around the world who enjoys paddling, just get in a boat and do your best. That's all you can do. And we want you to keep getting in your boat, because if you don't do that, we cannot televise you. Thank you for more chat in the chat room. Paul Healy, we had a message for Paul Healy. Son is paddling for GB Juniors, so well done, Paul. We saw you in the GB Juniors yesterday, and I was talking to you all, and hopefully you captured that on the TV yesterday around the medal ceremony area. So well done, Paul. Keep it up. I hope you have a good day today. Some of the final boats coming out of the boat unloading areas and loading areas to make their way up to the start. We've got 5 boats at the start now. I think we might be waiting for one more. We are not quite on schedule. We're running about 7 minutes over on the official race schedule. This was scheduled for 10:30 Central European time. So whatever you do, don't go away. Here is the start list. In lane 1, Russia Senior A Open. Lane 2, Ukraine Senior A Open. There's a nice girl, so the cameraman has chosen the girl over the start list, which we appreciate, seeing beauty in its finest form, but we would like to know who the runners and riders are, and here we are. So, second semi-final, men's open, Russia Senior A Open in lane 1, Ukraine Senior A Open in lane 2, Hungary Premier Open in lane 3, Czech Republic Premier Open in lane 4, I think it was Czech Republic again in lane 5, and I didn't quite catch that last one, but we'll bring it to you when we know. So lane 6 will be Italy. Lane 6, Italy. And they're just going down to the start now. There's the Czech Republic Senior A in lane 5. Here's the Premier Czech team in lane 4. Quite loud music playing outside. Hungary in lane 3 coming into picture. There's lane 2, which is Ukraine Senior A Open. And Russia Senior A Open in lane 1. That completes the lineup. Italy are just coming into the pen now, right over on the far side in lane 6. Here's the Russians.
Yeah, I was saying just at the start of that previous race in Singapore, we had toggles. There was a wire between 2 arches of a bridge, and toggles hanging down with loops on the end. And the Great Britain ladies were primed to take on the Canadians and have a go at beating them, and there was going to be a needle match. Well, when the gun went, the Great Britain helm dropped his rope, but the loop went over the pintle of the steering arm, and there they were attached. There they were attached to the start, but no trouble here. Now here they go. There's lots of frantic paddling there. In Ukraine again. Lane 2, they're doing it. Lane 4, Czech Republic going well on on there. They've really got a good hard stroke. You can see the boat lurching with every stroke. Certainly going to be Czech Republic. Who's going to come second? I reckon down this near side there's going to be a Russian crew. Get in the best position I can to see who's crossing the line. 4, 1, 2, 5, 6, 3, something like that. And we get the official.
I think the Russians might have got second there, Murray, actually, in this lane 1.
Quite possible, yes. Very close indeed.
It's a very close one, though.
We rely on the
Czech Republic took that in lane 4. The Premier Open team took that one in lane 4. But of course, we need to wait for the official results. Welcome to Recife. I'm Rich Smith. This is the 11th European Nations Drag-A-Boat Championships in the Czech Republic. Beautiful course, beautiful weather, beautiful people, beautiful food, delicious beer. I thought I'd change the beautiful just to make it a bit different. But we're having a great time. We've just got through the semi-finals for women's and men's 200-metre racing this morning in the standard boat. And now we are heading towards a tail race at 10:40, although we are running over, so it's going to be approximately 7 minutes behind our schedule. We'll give you the official results of that last race in a moment, but we are running towards our tail race to decide the last position placings for the 200 metres, and then we will be into a minor final, race 21. Approximately it's going to be about 10:57, I reckon, on our schedule by the time that comes around, because we're running behind a little. And then we will be into minor final time around 11:05, and then shortly after that, around about, well, it's hard to say, but certainly be tuned in. Don't go away, but on our schedule it's 11:10 for the grand final of the women's 200 metres, and then 11:20 for the grand final of the men's, the open 200 metres grand final in the standard boats. Moving us into late morning and into the afternoon session, we will be in small boats starting around 11:30. And then approximately every 10 minutes we will be going through heats, rounds and heats, to take you through to semi-finals. Our first semi-finals of the day, in the afternoon rather, for the small boat divisions will start around 1 o'clock. Then we will have minor finals taking place around 1:20, and then grand finals for opens around 20 to 2. So we got results from that second semi-final of the Open men's. Czech Republic Premier Open 46.2, Russia second Senior A Open 46.8, Ukraine Senior Open 46.9, Czech Republic Senior A Open in fourth 47.2, Hungary Premier Open 47.5, and Russia Senior B Open 48.7. First three qualify for the grand final. Czech Republic, Russia and Ukraine into that grand final. The rest are into tail races and minor finals, which will be coming next. So, temperature is hotting up as we approach grand finals after 11 o'clock. Don't go anywhere between 11 o'clock and 11:30 today, otherwise you will miss out on the grand finals. Let's see what the GB team had to say to us earlier in the championships, and then we'll be straight back for the next race, which is a tail race for the 200 meters standard boat. So just to reconfirm, this is the tail race for the sorry, excuse me. This is the tail race for the Standard Boat Open category, 200 meters. Germany in lane 1, Czech Republic in lane 2, Poland in lane 3, Slovakia in lane 4, and Germany Senior B in lane 5. So Germany C in lane 1 and Germany B in lane 5. Thank you.
Ready, and they're off. Here they go. You can see the different styles there. Some people are already into the speeding, paddling. They all take a different number of strokes to get up to that top speed, but here they are now in the all-out mode. And I would say it's between 4 and 5. Slovakia and Germany. Slovakia coming up. The German crew on the far side, but Slovakia just coming close to their line now. Yes, Slovakia, Germany, and Czech Republic.
Welcome to the 11th European Nations Dragon Boat Championships here in Recife in the Czech Republic. We have results from that tail race, and it was Slovakia who took it in a time of 49.7, Germany 49.98, that was the B Open team, Poland Senior B 50.5 in third, Germany 52.5 in fourth, and the Czech Republic Senior C Open team in 54.4. So that determines the final placings for the last 4, if you like, in that open group. We are now going to go to a minor final. That's our next race, race 21, which will be for the women's team, 200 meters. No boats coming up at the moment. Can we run another clip? In the chat room, well, let's see what we've got. Hello to Hungary. It's a great atmosphere. Yes, it certainly is. GB feedback, glad you played that, they said. I missed it when you did it the other day. Well, glad we could be obliging. Can only watch for another hour and a half today. Well, that's a shame, because you're going to miss out on some exciting racing, says somebody else. GB Mum. Well, if you're only going to be here for an hour and a half, at least you're going to get the grand finals in the next half an hour or so. Don't go away, whatever you do. What a great sport dragon boating is, and the best way for the story to be told is by the paddlers and the officials who make it all happen. I personally had a love affair with dragon boating about 5 or 6 years ago when somebody I knew was wanted to get into the GB team, and that sort of got me interested in the sport, and from there I thought I'd go along and try it rather than just watch it. And suddenly discovered something the dragon ignited a spark within me that wanted to start competing with my local club, which was then Kingston Royals, a great club in the south of London. And from there you get the bug. You start competing, you love the adrenaline of it, and you reach a stage where it's like, well, what next? And for me, I wanted to see if I could ever get into the Great Britain team, so I joined one of the Great Britain crews and started to pursue my own campaign to try and get in the team, which I'm pleased to say I did. And funnily enough, it actually happened at this very site 5 years ago at the World Nations Dragon Boat Championships here in Recife. What a wonderful experience it was. I brought my daughter with me. She wrote a poem about dragon boating which got published in a book. And I was, it was just a very proud moment to represent your country. So for anybody else who's got their own story to tell, and everybody has got their own story to tell of how they got into the sport and how they developed into it and what inspired them and motivated them to keep going, especially at the bad times, because there are always challenges on anything worth doing. And and dragon boating is no exception. Anyway, you heard from the paddlers talking about loving dragon boating all over the world. We've been able to capture this on television in Hungary at the World Nations, where we got to speak to so many different people all across the world, all saying the same things: teamwork, unity, passion, opportunity to compete at the highest level, the proudness of representing your country. We saw 10 nations compete at the World Cup on their basis of their results in Hungary, and again in China. It set the world on fire, where we saw China take some golds, but challenged by some of the usual suspects like the Philippines, like Canada, like Australia and the USA. Germany was there as well. So was Great Britain. And they were all wanting to showcase their craft in front of the world. They did so in front of 500,000 spectators over 3 days at Waterside in Fuzhou, China, the birthplace of the sport, which is 2,000 years old. And we were also able to partner with CCTV out there and broadcast globally and locally in China to a multi-million audience. We're now doing the same here in Europe at Recife for this 11th European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. I'm just looking behind me to see if we have any teams going up, and we do. This next race, we have the Czech Republic Senior Open in lane 1, Hungary Premier Open in lane 2, Great Britain Senior B Open in 3, Czech Republic Senior A Open in 4, Poland Senior A in 5, and Russia in lane 6. So this will be for the minor final of the 200 meters open, and then we will be going to grand final time. So please don't go away from your sets. You've got maybe a few moments before the grand finals come. We're probably within the next within the next. This is race 22 that we're talking about. Race 21 has in fact been cancelled. I'm waiting for confirmation exactly what race this is, whether it's the I think this is the minor final. I don't think this is the grand final. If anybody can tell me if it's the minor final, that would be great. Let's have a look around the ground. I've just had confirmation this is the standard open 200 meters minor final. So we're one step away from the grand finals for both the women's teams and the men's teams, known as the Open 200 meters, here in Recife on a glorious, glorious day. It's good to be alive. I hope you're alive and watching. I'm sure you are, otherwise you wouldn't be watching. Talk about stating the bleeding obvious. Anyway, weather is glorious. I've got my sun cream on just to make sure I don't get scorched to a cinder. And we will be bringing you the grand finals in the next few minutes. But first we've got to get through a minor final. The stadium is starting to fill up. The top row of the stadium in the shade is where everybody's going because it is roasting out here. If it wasn't for this nice breeze, then I would be frying tonight or today. And if I've only got one eye open, it's because I'm looking at the sunshine, of which it is very, very bright. Dragon boating in Europe, the very finest international European Championships, the EDBF, European Dragon Boat Federation's Championships. EDBF representing Europe on all matters regarding dragon boating, of course associated to the International Dragon Boat Federation, which is the world governing body for the sport. It's a relatively new organisation, only founded 20 plus years ago by Mike Haslam, the current president of the IDBF, together with a number of other volunteers in Hong Kong. And they started literally with a few dragon boats, started to get people interested, took the boats to different countries, and got teams to start competitions. And from there, the sport grew organically. More and more countries started to show an interest. Then the first World Championships was held in Hong Kong. And from then on, there has been a World Championships taking place every 2 years, together with interspersed with European Championships as well. So on the Dragon Boat calendar, I'm just looking down actually, there's a number of Chihuahua dogs right next to me, and I don't know if you can see them if I try and get them into view. No, I think they might bite me. I think I'll stay where I am. But for those who are interested in knowing more about the sport, there is a World Nations Dragon Boat Championships every 2 years, and on all alternate years there will be a World Club Crew Championships, and also, come here my friend, hey, come here, can you speak English?
No English.
No English?
No English.
Well, you've just said no English.
No English.
Czech Republic, good?
Czech Republic.
Yeah, you enjoy?
Oh.
Yes?
Yes. No English.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. It's not every day that you get a naked body or semi-naked body coming to give you a hug. But he's wearing the Czech flag proudly. He looks a bit like Norman Wisdom with his cap on, if people can remember Norman Wisdom from all those years ago. Anyway, as I was saying, there is a World Club Crew Championships, and there is a European Club Crew Championships, and there is also a World Nations Championships together with the World Club Crew Championships, which is taking place in Ravenna, in Italy, near the seaside, within a month's time. So I think we're nearly ready. Let me just have a quick check. The runners and riders are there. I'm going to pass you back to Murray Jones in commentary for this minor final race. Murray, are you there?
Yes, here we go. Here we got. We missed race 21 because it was cancelled. So that one's out. Now we're back into the Standard Boat Open, and they're ready to roll now. Czech Republic Senior B Open, Hungary Premier Open, Great Britain Senior B Open, Czech Republic Senior A Open, Poland Senior A Open, and Russia Senior B Open. They're all in their starting blocks. Ready, there's attention. And the gun, they're off. Here they go now. You can see they're really getting that boat going and getting the bow wave up. Looks to me like Russia and the far side are going off with it. And Czech Republic in lane 4. See what happens to the people down here in the front. It's going to be Czech Republic. Yes, Czech Republic, Russia, Hungary, Great Britain, and Czech Republic Senior B Open. Some more great racing there. Breathing, hard breathing, coasting in, catching your breath, getting ready to get out of the boat and go and warm down. Yeah, so it's Standard Boats Women for the next one, the grand final. And the crews 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see 4 boats, so there's two boats just coming out of the boat, getting boated area. One is that's a Great Britain in lane 1 there. Have a look and see if it agrees with a bit of paper I found. Yeah, Great Britain Senior A. So some of these countries have really entered every category and event they can, and it's great to see. Of course, the further away you are, the more expensive the whole event becomes. So when we have World Championships in Europe, some of the Far East teams don't manage to get the money to fly over. And similarly, when you have big events over on the far side of the world, we don't get everybody who can go. The people who can afford to go do so, or those who might have got some sponsorship find themselves luckily in the position. But yes, it's when you think that probably at the start of the new year you get inquiries amongst the people who think the organisers think, or the national organisers think they might manage. They do a trawl, and then they've got to do the trials to see who's up to it, and they have to select a certain number, a squad, because between sort of March and now, plenty of them will have had a chance to get themselves injured in another sport or some reason, or away on business, or any other kind of reasons. And so you whittle them down, and then you find that you're running short of people, and some people say, well, it looks too expensive in the holiday season, and so we don't get the entries. But we've got a reasonably full program here, and looking at the size of the stands when when you had the opening ceremony, all the teams came down. A load of people, and there's people all over the place. So we got some results. I'm just about to lean over and see what I can do. The results are on the result channel, but I'll Czech Republic Senior A Open 47.43. Second, Russia Senior B Open 47.92. Hungary Premier Open 47.97. Great Britain Senior B Open 48.24. They're fourth. Fifth, Poland Senior A Open 48.88. And sixth, Czech Republic Senior B Open 49.01. A good close race, as we saw. And now we're building up to just turning over my sheet of runners and riders. Standard boat women, grand final for the women. This is going to be something. Lane 1 will be Great Britain, lane 2 Ukraine, lane 3 Czech Republic, lane 4 Germany, lane 5 Hungary, lane 6 Ukraine. And Great Britain Senior A Women, Ukraine Premier Women, Czech Republic Premier Women, Germany Premier Women, Hungary Premier Women, and Ukraine Senior A Women. And there's sitting there on the start line. We're standing by for this grand final. And don't forget, lane 1 is the near side, lane 6 is the far side of the course from here. I did see somebody from lane 6 waving their arms as if to say, well, they're not ready, but they seem to have got away pretty well. And so here they come. Who's showing up? Lane 4 is doing pretty well. You'd expect Germany. And plenty of noise now from the supporters. This is where the medals are won. But who's second? Czech Republic between Czech and Ukraine on the far side. Close there. Well, it's Germany certainly getting the gold. And what a finish there. Czech Republic, probably Czech Republic, and between them Hungary. And I think Ukraine on the near side.
Welcome back. Just seen the grand final of the 200 metres. And actually, I've just Alan's. Are you all right, Alan? Everything going on all right?
Not quite.
Okay, I'll leave you to it. That was Alan van Kouwberg, the president of the EDBF, looking like he was slightly under pressure, but I'm sure everything will be fine. Anyway, you've just seen the grand final of the women's 200 metres. It was too close to call for me from the angle I was standing in, and but it definitely Germany took that, so it looks like they'll be the crowned champions for the 200 metres women's race, and we'll get official confirmation. Czech Republic looked to take second. I couldn't call it on the third place position. While we're waiting for the grand final results, we've got the results of the minor final, the race before, which was race 22. Czech Republic took that in a time of 47.43. Hungary Premier Open 47.92 took second place. Great Britain Senior B Open in 47.97. Czech Republic Senior A Open in 48.24. Poland Senior A Open in 48.8 and Russia Senior B in 49.01. The results for the grand final: Germany Premier Women 51.02, Czech Republic Premier Women in second place 52.5, Hungary Premier Women 53.14 in third place, Ukraine Senior A Women 53.25, Ukraine in fifth place 53.83, and Great Britain in sixth place 54.52. So there's the first grand final of the day. Congratulations to Germany, crowned as champions. I wonder whether another member of the German team is going to get his hair cut, because that's what happened yesterday, where one of the German members said he was going to cut his hair off if the Germans won a gold medal yesterday, and of course they did, and he carried through on his promise, and they cut his ponytail off, left him with a little bit of hair. But congratulations to the German ladies for winning the gold medal. Czech Republic got a good second place, silver, and Hungary the bronze, with some reasonable times, but still nowhere near the Philippines world record that was set on this very site back in 2009 for the World Nations Championships. We have some interesting music going on. I think it may be local Czech music, but it's a congratulatory music for the Germans' winning team. What a beautiful day here in Recife. If you're just tuning in, this is the 11th European Nations Dragonboat Championships, the EDBF, European Dragonboat Federations Championships, and it's where the best dragonboat racing in the whole of Europe will be found, to see which countries will be crowned champions this year. We've only got a month to wait though, and then we're back to the World Club Crew Championships in Ravenna, which is going to be an even bigger event with thousands and thousands of competitors from different clubs all over the world making their way over to the sunny seaside town of Ravenna in Italy, a beautiful place where the hosts, the Italian Dragonboat Federation, led by Claudio Schermi, the president of the Italian Dragonboat Federation, and of course the vice president of the IDBF, the world governing body of the sport, the International Dragonboat Federation. Claudio and his team will be making everyone welcome and putting on yet another world-class display in our championships to showcase the very best of sport to you in dragonboating around the world, and we will be there to televise it all. You may remember last year we were doing the World Nations Dragabout Championships in Hungary, organised by Peter Girosi and his team, the president of the Hungarian Dragabout Federation, and that was a magnificent World Championships brought to you live on television for every single day of the racing. Fantastic racing, some great records set, some amazing achievements. The Canadian national anthem was prominent. The Chinese took the World Nations Cup. We're now waiting for the grand final of the Men's Open grand final between Ukraine in lane 1, Russia in lane 2, Germany in lane 3, Czech Republic in lane 4, Ukraine Premier Open in lane 5, Ukraine Senior A Open in lane 6. They're looking very close to the start. I'm going to pass you straight back to Murray Jones in the commentary desk, and we will watch this grand final with great interest. Who's going to do it?
Right, here we go, the grand final. Standard Open, 200 metres. Ukraine have got themselves 3 boats in this race. Lane 1, Ukraine Senior B Open, Russia Senior A Open, Germany Premier Open, Czech Republic Premier Open, Ukraine Premier Open, and Ukraine Senior A Open. Well done, Ukraine. I mean, it's a marvellous lot of training in spite of all the problems they've got over there, and then they're off. This is it. This is the grand final, the standard boats. And this is what they've been training for all year. Here they come now. Who's showing up? I think lane 3 Germany showing. Yeah, lane 3 Germany's going to get this one. But the far side of the Ukrainian boat there. They're challenging for it. But great amount of support going on outside. Looking out, I think Germany have just got this. Germany, Czech Republic and Ukraine very close. Well done Ukraine to get 3 boats looking so good. We had an event in Kiev a few years ago, I can't remember exactly when now. But there's a lot of enthusiasm. And don't forget that they represent all of Ukraine, and there are people from different parts of the country. I see the boats now gently rocking on the swell that was created by the boats. All those boats coming down at the same time. And now it's going to be the time for the small boats. And we go through the process again. I'm going to turn my sheet over and have a look, see what's going on. First event's going to be for women. Small boat women. Slovakia Premier, Great Britain Premier, Poland Premier, Switzerland Premier, and Germany Premier. So this is Premier winner racing in this race. GB just going up to the start on this side, although they were all told that the way to the start was in lane 7.
That was a very powerful race.
On the water now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Subject to the official confirmation, the 200-metre champions of Europe. Czech Republic came in 2nd place and Ukraine in 3rd. So the Czechs have been pushing the Germans, and the Germans have been pushing the Czechs in all of the races from yesterday at the 2,000 metres and today in the 200. But it is without question a Germany win for the men in the 200 metres. We're still waiting for the time confirmations for the ladies in the Premier, but Germany look like they've got a win. And let's go and have a look at the notice board over here, and it is official.
Germany, 2nd Czech Republic,
That's
Ukraine. First Ukraine,
Germany
Russia,
took.
Ukraine. Takže na prvním místě
So this is the women's Premier 200 meters. Germany took it in a time of 45.63. Czech Republic in a time of 46.6. Ukraine Senior A 47.0 got them a bronze. Ukraine Premier Open 47.2. So that's a scalp for the Senior A's. Russia in fifth in a time of 47.7, and Ukraine in a time of, and I'm just about to tell you what the time is, and a man stands in front of the screen, and that is 48.1 for the Ukrainian Senior B team to take sixth place. That was the ladies, and I'm playing competition space with the photographers. But Germany ladies, official confirmation, they are the Premier Open champions for the 200 meters race. And the men, when we get the official results for the men should also be crowned as the champions for the 200 meters racing for the Open Grand Final. Welcome, if you're just joining us, to the European EDBF Nations Dragonboat Championships in Recife, in the Czech Republic. We've been treated to some real spectacular racing on the 2,000 meter pursuits yesterday and the 200 meters all morning, bringing us to these grand finals where Germany took a double gold in the men and women's races. So, I think we're about to start on the next race. We're going to go back to Murray Jones in the commentary room for the first of the small boat races on the 200 meters. Murray, are you there?
Right now, beginning of the small boat festival. Nearest boat to us will be Slovakia Premier Women. Next to them will be Great Britain Premier Women. Lane 3, Poland Premier Women, then they're off. Lane 4, Switzerland, and lane 5, Germany. So, who's got their boat rolling the best? I think Poland are doing pretty well. Great Britain shading everybody at the moment, and Germany on the far side. Very difficult to compare their progress at the moment from this angle. But they're all working pretty hard. The only one being left a little bit is Switzerland. And they're going now. Yes, Germany women are going to take this one. Oh no, they're not. No. Poland, Germany, Great Britain. Oh, somebody's lost the steering on their Poland boat. That was jolly good. Yeah, the white flag from the umpire means everything is all right for that race. Yes, it's good to see a different name coming up like that, Poland. And it's also good to see how this great sport is spreading around the world. When you think that places like Sierra Leone and Gambia and Uganda all got themselves dragon boat teams. Cyprus and one or two other places. The World Championships last year, Cyprus were completely overcome when they got themselves medals. Twice they got a bronze medal, and they're really real pleased because they're very very new sport for most of them. And there's just a little lull while the work is going frantically in the race control to see prepare the results, compare them with the electronic system, make sure everything's right before the final copy is given to the chief official to initial, and then somebody has to go downstairs to post the results on the board. If any of the teams have got a protest to make, then they've got 15 minutes from the moment that message goes on the board. Oh, we got some results come up, have we? Yeah. Yeah, results now. So let's have a look, see what's happening. Poland Premier Women, 1 minute 02. Oh no, this is yeah. Yeah, that is the result. Yes.
So this is
Great
the result.
Britain.
This is the results of the last race you've just seen, where Poland took it in a time of 1 minute 2.3. Great Britain in a time of 1.2.7. Germany third in a time of 1:03.1. Slovakia fourth, 1:03.5, and Switzerland 1:05.3. We're still waiting for the confirmation of the grand final result for the German men, the open race. So we'll bring that when we have it. But we're pretty certain that it was the German men who won by a convincing length, followed by the Czech Republic and then Hungary. Thank you very much. We've just received exactly what I was looking for. This
race just now, those teams in that race were going to be racing each other 3 times. There are 3 rounds because there were not enough teams to have knockout series and so forth. So all the times of their 3 races will be added together, so that that will produce a result. So then no medals being handed out as a result of this race, but the work has done to prepare themselves to put themselves in a position to do so.
Okay, thanks for clarifying that, Murray. We have a start list for the next race, which is Small B Open, Junior and Senior B and C. Great Britain in lane 1, Hungary in lane 2, Poland in lane 3, and lane 4, Poland. So let me start that again. GB Junior Open in lane 1, Hungary Junior Open in lane 2, Poland Junior Open in lane 3, and Poland Senior B Open in lane 4. The results of the grand final, which you saw minutes ago, for the men, the open final was Germany took it in a time of 45.63, Czech Republic in a time of 46.6, Ukraine Senior A Open 47.0, Ukraine Premier Open 47.2 in fourth, and Russia in 5th with a Senior A Open 47.7, and then finally Ukraine Senior B Open in 6th place 48.15.